Hey there, in today's video, we are going to be taking a very simple project like this ball, and we're going to give it an extra little pizzazz with this swirl spiral technique. And this is how to create that perfect spiral, and you don't even have to actually change colors. This technique is a little bit finicky, but once you get it down, it is so fun. And there's all sorts of applications for it. So in this video, I'll show you how to do the 3-color spiral. I do have a blog post linked in the description box below that will have notes for how to modify this for a 2-color spiral, along with some other tips and tricks. So if you want to check that out, you can follow along with the written pattern and find all those bonus notes in that link. To get started, we're going to have to place our colors in order. So my orange is going to be number 1, this kind of brownish orange is number 2, and the reddish brown is going to be number 3. So I'm laying them all out in the order that I'm going to use them. Now, the first color is the one that we're going to start the magic ring with, and it is the color we will return to every single round. So to begin the magic ring, I'm going to work a chain and then do 2 single crochet. And then I'm going to pull up that working loop and put a stitch marker into it. And this is just so that that loop doesn't unravel. So you should have something like this. Now I'm going to put my hook back into the magic ring. We're going to pick up the second color. I'm going to pull up a loop. And I'm using my middle finger and my thumb to kind of hold everything in place while I work that initial chain. Then I'm going to go back into the loop and work 2 single crochet. And then I will remove my hook and put a stitch marker in that loop. Now you'll want to pull this yarn tail from the second color and kind of place it towards the back so that you're only working over the top of the magic ring and not the extra yarn tails. Also, you should note that I am working counterclockwise because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're going to insert the next colors. So after you do this first one, the next color is going to actually go to the right instead of the left like mine. But now I'm going to keep working to the left. I'm going to put my hook back in the magic ring and I'm going to grab the third color. I'll pull up a loop, chain, and then work 2 single crochet like so. And we'll put a stitch marker. Now we're going to pull that tail towards the back. So you should have 6 single crochet in the magic ring. Now we're going to tighten up this magic ring, gently pull, until you have something like that. Now to keep everything from getting tangled as you continuously twist, you're going to rotate your project back the opposite way. So I'm working this way, I'm going to rotate it back the other way to kind of untangle everything, and I would recommend doing this after every single round. Now it's not perfect, but if you keep your colors in line and you remember to rotate each round, it will be a lot less tangled. This definitely isn't an on-the-go project, but either way. Now for round 1, I'm going to go back to my orange. That is my first color, the one I'm going to start with. And now I'm going to work 2 increases, and I'm working into the top of the stitches that we just made in the second color. And depending on your tension, this might be a little hard to get started, but once we get past these first 2 rounds or so, it actually gets much easier. All right, so increase and increase. Put that stitch marker back. And I also used a different colored stitch marker to remind myself that this orange is the starting color. You don't have to do that, but it is helpful if you, especially if you put the project down for a while. Now moving on to my second color. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to increase twice, and I'm working into the top of the stitches from that third color. All right, rotate, and the third color, lastly, we're going to do another 2 increases. Make sure you pull that yarn tail towards the back. And for this one, we're working on the top of the first 2 stitches of the first color. Like so. So this is what you should have. It's going to look a little bit like a triangle while we get started, but as it grows, it's going to even out more. And if your magic ring has come a little loose, be sure to just give it a little tug to tighten. And now we're going to continue working, starting with the first color, then the second and the third. That's 1 round. And we're going to continue that until we're done increasing. So if you're following the little sample pattern that is in my blog post, I will also have the instructions up on the screen. You can follow along and make this ball with me. I'm working on round 2. So I'm going to increase, single crochet, and then increase, single crochet again. Increase, So that is what you should have for the end of round 2. Now I'm going to skip ahead until we get to the single crochet around rounds, and I'll meet you back there. If you'd like, go ahead and pause the video to follow the instructions to meet up with me, or you can follow along in the blog post that is linked in the description box below. But I will skip ahead and see you in just a second. All right, this is what you should have for the end of round 4. Now for rounds 5 through 8, we're going to do 10 single crochet for each color all the way around. That's going to give us a total of 30 stitches. We're no longer increasing. So that was round 5. Like I said, we're just doing 10 single crochet for each color, a total of 30 stitches. I'm going to finish up until round 8, and then we'll start our decreases. This is what you should have at the end of round 8. Now for round 9, We're going to do the exact same thing we've been doing, working one color at a time, except now we're decreasing. So again, starting with the orange, going to decrease, then work 3 single crochet, decrease, and then 3 single crochet. So you'll just keep decreasing like that until you get to the very end, which would be round 12. So I'm going to work up those rounds really quick and make sure you start adding your stuffing around round 10 or so, and then I'll be back to show you the completed ball. Okay, so I finished the final round. Now we're going to cut all of the colors and fasten them off. I'm just going to pull the yarn out. Now we're going to use one of these colors to fasten off and close up the ring. So I'm just going to work into the front loop of every stitch all the way around, and I'm going to kind of ignore the other yarn tails for the moment. We'll weave those in just a second. And actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit more stuffing before I close it up. All right, then I'm just going to weave the remaining tails through the ball. And we'll cut these on the other side. And there you have it. There is your little spiral ball sample. So you can also do this with 2 colors. The difference is that you will be doing each set of instructions 3 times instead of 2. So if you want more like specifics on how to kind of customize this, or if you want to take a look at more written instructions, check out the blog post with the full tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see what you'll incorporate this spiral technique into. Make sure you tag me on social media if you want to share a project with me. And if you like this video, make sure to like it. It really helps with the algorithm and such, and helps show people my videos. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.